Hello my dudes, dudettes, and everything in between, and welcome back to Clive Games. To start off the next episode of our Final Fantasy XIV Let's Play, we're going to dive straight into the next guild test, the first level 15 one. You didn't miss anything. Just like in a previous episode, I went ahead and teleported outside of the city so I wouldn't get rest XP. So, because I'm still over leveled, more higher than I would like. Oh, he didn't put his tank stance on. Oh, I'm getting attacked. Let me remind him, because he's obviously new. And the Lancer just runs ahead. If you are a DPS, please do not run ahead like that. Alright, we got some lemurs popping up out of nowhere. There we go. See, I got the healer's back. I know what the healer's all about. I got you, boo. I got you. And here we go again. This little guild house is just teaching you about checkpoints. A lot of times, okay. You can only go so far in a dungeon until you've killed all the enemies between those certain spots. So this is just teaching you how to make sure that you kill everything in between. You can't, in the beginner dungeons, there are a lot of enemies you can just skip because you don't have to kill everything. But once we hit like the level 50 dungeons and higher, there's no way to dodge them. You have to kill almost everything along the way. So, that is an unfortunate thing, but like I said, these guild tests are mostly just here to teach you about certain concept of the game. And that's the guild test. Really simple. I'm going to give it to... we'll give it to the healer, because he kept us alive through that. And I'm not giving it to the Lancer because he just kind of ran ahead when you're not supposed to. But hey, I got a commendation. Go me. But yep, that was the first level 15. We're going to go ahead and queue up for the next one while we're getting the main story. If you don't remember where we are in the main story, we just got back from Sestasha and informed Baderon about what happened, and he was congratulating us, you know, not flirting with us, but so much as like, you know, praising us and telling us how awesome we all are. But then he was telling us about another opportunity that came up in Gridania. So we have to talk to him about that real quick. Oh. Just gonna make sure we're loaded into the area before I hit accept. Come on game, you can do it. I might have to accept, I don't know. There we go, that took a while longer than I thought. Alright, this one. This one is teaching you not to go full force for some reason. It's not really a problem late game in regards to that, but there is one dungeon, where you don't want to kill the thing as fast as you can. But this is teaching you, so start off by killing all the ads. It's the exact same group. That's funny. start. Yeah, like I said, start off by killing all these ads. Oh, and then start whittling down this guild turtle. And then I'll explain what happens. I don't remember the percentage it is, but I think it's around 50%. Yeah, watch out for Tortoise Stomp. And he should have dodged that, but thankfully it doesn't do so much damage. Yeah, and then Momochu's explaining it. So 50%, an ad will appear right there, fire sprite, and then kill it really quickly. And then bring the tank needs to bring the turtle all the way over here. And healers have a yank ability that I really like taking advantage of, where you can pretty much yeet people wherever you want. There we go. Alright, cool. I was worried this tank will kill it. Yeah, if you kill the turtle, you lose. You just lose. It's same deal. I'm gonna give it to... I'll give it to him this time, because he was taking care of the ads pretty quickly. So, but yeah. Yeah, there is one level 50 dungeon where if you kill the final boss in that dungeon too quickly, you die. It's really weird. And it's not so much as like she just gets angry, is you have to kill the ads way before you kill the boss, and I have to warn. There's those 4 people again. So weird. Alright, but alright, Baderon has information on a new task. Ready to hear about that job then? Well, like I said, the request comes from our sister guild in Gridania. And that's all I know. But whatever it is you get asked to do, I somehow doubt it'd pose any trouble for an adventurer that survived the Bedlam in Sestasha. If you think you might be interested, you'll want to have words with Mother Mune, my counterpart in Gridania. Good luck, mate. Alrighty, yep. Alright, so yeah, these people are... Okay, I don't know what's going on, in all honesty, with those 4. I don't know if they're computer-generated people or what, but it is so weird. I've never seen that. But the quickest way, rather than fast traveling, is to just go straight down here to the airship landing, take the airship to Gridania, because the airship landing is right under the Adventurers Guild. And we've already seen this, so I'm just going to skip it. And it'll take us like right under where we need to go. Okie dokie. Take a seat wherever you like, friend. Our waitress will come to take your... Oh, not here to dine. Dare I hope that you're the adventurer Baderon sent word about? You are? Oh, matron be praised. Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Mune, and the Caroline Canopy is my place. With regards to the task in question, there's a fair bit to tell. Oh, yay, lengthy discussion. Let me know when you're ready to hear the details, and I shall brief you. Alrighty. Yeah, that's why you get a lot of experience with the main story quest, because a lot of times they just give you experience just for going to a place. It's ridiculous. Mune is relating to brief you on your task. Ready for that briefing? Good. Now then, here's the long and short of it. Just the short, please. Beg pardons for interrupting, Mune, but our need grows ever more pressing. Have none stepped forward? And good evening to you, Bowlord. Your need must be pressing indeed for you to honor us with a visit. Speak, climb, speak. The good news is, your journey hasn't been wasted. I am pleased to report that we have a volunteer at last, and one who comes highly recommended at that. My thanks for answering the call, friend. My name is Lewin, and I lead the men and women of the God's Quiver. Now, time is of the essence, so I shall proceed directly to the heart of the matter. We wish for you to nip a potential threat to Gridania in the bud. Oh, in the biting, are you? Ooh. Beneath the central shroud, there lies an underground burial site called the Tam-Tara Deepcroft. You want me to go diving into a crypt? I don't do dead people. I'm sorry. The place was once a Galmorn settlement, but we Gridanians have long interred our dead there. Of late, however, shadowy figures have been seen skulking about the Deepcroft with ever-increasing regularity. Based on the accounts of various witnesses, we suspect that these individuals belong to the Lambs of Dalamud, a doomsday cult which sprung up prior to the calamity. Oh, yay, we get to destroy a cult! Oh, fanatics, gotta love them. These zealots have proven themselves dangerous in the past, and we leave them to their own devices at our peril. Ordinarily, I would have dispatched my best men to scour Deepcroft, with orders to flush the cultists out. Alas, the calamity decimated our ranks, and the limited forces at my disposal are constantly required to keep the exile at bay. The birdmen have grown restless of late, and I fear a storm may be brewing. In anticipation of this, I have been compelled to spread our forces throughout the Twelveswood, lest we be taken unawares. The situation so being, we must turn to others to deal with the Lambs of Dalamud. Can we rely on you to undertake this task, friend? Murder and mayhem await. You have my gratitude. Once you've seen to your preparations, pray make your way to the Deepcroft and identify yourself to the guard posted at the entrance. He will apprise you of the latest developments. That is all. Be careful out there, you hear? May the crystal guide you and keep you. So, yep, we get to have another dungeon so soon. So, slight warning, or yeah, spoiler warning. This is the only time that you're going to be able to get dungeons back to back to back in this game. Most of the time, they have anywhere up until level 50. They are spread out, I think, between 3 and 4 levels. Like every 3 and 4 levels, there's a new dungeon. Once you get to level 50, you have a bunch of level 50 dungeons, like 50, 50, 50, 50, 50, 50, 50. And then once we go to 51, it's 51, 53, 55, 57, 59, and 60. Same deal for the level 60s, 61 plus, 70, 71 plus, and so on and so forth. So, but for the beginning, this is the only time we're going to get 3 dungeons back to back to back. So, which is good to be started off. Like, they're kind of like, okay, cool. You've managed to survive the boredom this far. Well, let's be honest, it hasn't been that boring. Has it? Nah. But they do reward you with 3 back-to-back dungeons. Basic dungeons, because they are the first ones, but dungeons nonetheless. So, alright, we're going to go ahead and unlock this Aetheryte while we're here. Now, this blue mission, I'm not doing. It is for you to unlock the residential part of the game, like where you can buy a house. Even with how long I've played this game, I have never actually been able to find a house to buy. Not mixture because I wasn't looking, but also because in this game, unlike other MMOs a lot of times, there are limited number of houses for you to buy, and they cost a pretty penny. They can be quite expensive. But yeah, there's a very limited amount. It's not like in one of my other MMOs that I might play at a very late date called Star Wars: The Old Republic, because those stories are good. where it doesn't matter if you can go buy a house. It doesn't matter how many other people have bought a house. So yeah, that's why I don't really pay attention to it. And there's multiple places where you can buy a house. There's one. Hey, it's these three. Do you remember those three? We're the ones we stole the Sestasha uh mission from them. And these were the guys that were sitting on the crates at the other place. Let's see if we can see any more. That's pretty cool. I didn't notice that before. Huh. Okay. You're Clive's jet, I take it? Thanks for helping us out, friend. No doubt the Bow Lord has already informed you, but your task is to enter the Deepcroft and purge it of the lands of Dalamud. Like I said, murder is my forte. In case you're unfamiliar with them, the cult emerged shortly before the calamity put an end to the sixth astral area. They divide the eras by cataclysmic events, like what Bahamut did. That started the seventh umbral era, apparently, or something like that. The Catalyst took the lesser moon Dalamud for their god, believing that it would deliver them from the devastation when it literally brought it. And so they were rather disappointed when Dalamud exploded into 1,000 flaming pieces before it could complete its descent. Now, having seen their god turn to ash, one would think that the cultists might feel moved to question their faith. On the contrary, it served only to stoke the flames of their fanaticism. The lands of Dalamud are convinced that heretics, that is to say, everyone but them, interfered with the coming of their Lord and Savior, and that it's now their sacred duty to avenge him. Whatever it is they're doing in the Deepcroft, you may be sure that no good will come of it. For the sake of Gridania and Eorzea at large, put an end to their madness. Gladly, my good sir, gladly. But I'm going to cut the video out here, and then I'll start it up again. It will be like just a half second for you guys, because I don't know how long this is going to take. So see y'all in a second. Okay, and 14 minutes later. Yeah, I know, 14 minutes. That was a long time. Dang. It was funny because it said we were supposed to only have a general average wait time of 6 minutes, but then it turned into 14 minutes. Alrighty, Tam-Tara Deepcroft. Who's ready to kill some cultists? Alright, salute. Get Emerald Carbuncle out. Tank has her tank stance on. So Lego. Yep. Let's say I think. Oh, thank goodness. Another tank that actually wants to pull more than one group. That is such a good thing. Don't get me wrong. If you only want to take one, it's fine. I don't judge you too harshly. Nope, you. Oh, come on. And since I don't really have much in the way of AoE attacks yet, I'm just going to be trying to apply my dots to everyone. I think I'm doing pretty good. Alrighty. Oh. And that is an example of the DPS going too far ahead. Alrighty. Cool beans, cool beans. This is the mini fight. Pretty much just kill all these ads. All 3 are ads. And then once all 3 are gone, the main mini boss shows up. Void Soul Counter. And you can interrupt that in Thunder if you have an interrupt move as a tank or a physical ranged. So, I don't know exactly what it does, but ever since I learned about that, I try to interrupt it whenever I can. And would you look at that, I'm actually doing more damage than the Lancer. That's surprising. This early in the game. Alright, afterwards, interact with the orb until it goes green. Otherwise you can't go forward. That's a tank gear. I don't need tank gear. No. I'm not gonna be able to. There we go. I'm gonna focus. Oh, there we go, healing. I'm gonna focus on this caster since I think he's gonna be doing the most damage. And in a little bit, I think it's around level 30 or so, we get an ability that actually makes it so we can spread our dots to the entire group in one button. It's so nice. It's such a lifesaver. Instead of having to apply it to each individual enemy, I'll just apply it to one, use the ability, and it spreads to all surrounding enemies. Making sure that the pet ability is always at least charging once. Otherwise it's just staying wasted, unless you're doing a boss fight, that's different. And I leveled up again. Oh yes, the thing, if you are over leveled, whether it be for guild hests, dungeon, trials, whatever, you will be scaled down, like your level will go down to the dungeon's level range, which means that any abilities beyond that you do not have access to. The only abilities you will have access to, regardless of what level you are once you unlock them, are the role abilities like Lucid Dreaming, Swift Cast, Addle, all that jazz. But like, I can't have access to that new upgraded bio so long as I'm under leveled, so there's no point thinking that, oh my god, why aren't you using that? Well, more likely than not, I'm not going to be able to. I gotta be top DPS, my dude. There we go. Pretty much the exact same thing, only difference is... Ooh, I need that. Don't need that. And I don't need that. A few more beginner ads. Okay. Oh, we're... Oh, she's wanting to pull a lot. And this instance especially is where summoners really shine, because this low a level, most classes don't get an AoE attack. Technically, we don't either, like an official one that Clive casts. His pet does, but the official, like, one I can spam back to back to back, even I don't have that this low. Which is why it's really good, because my AoE pet makes it really special, because I can hit all those enemies. Careful, my dude. Yep, and Lance became main target because he didn't think ahead. Going ahead and spreading all my dots around to everything. Good job on tank to be dodging all those AoEs. That's very good. Alrighty, there we go. And that's what a typical pull will look like your normal pull. Tanks should be trying to pull as much as they can in a, what's the word? Reasonable, in a reasonable sense. Alright, let's kill the mage. Yeah, and Lancer thought of that too. We need to get the caster done first, because it's not only does it do more damage, but it's also just like it's more annoying for the tank to have to keep the aggro up because they don't stay close range. And all tanks are close range tanks for some reason. Makes sense, but don't get me wrong, but I would like to one day be able to have a tank that's either a caster or a long range tank or some type. There's another caster. That one's pretty much dead. There we are. Go ahead and get you. A little couple dots on you. And you need this cultist rosary, but you cannot interact with it until all the enemies in this room are dead. After you have the rosary, go ahead and go back to that this wall, and you can open it. If you tried to open it before you got the rosary, you wouldn't be able to. But let the tank run in. And then just kill all the ads. See, more and more ads. And every dungeon is different. Not every dungeon is going to be like this. They each have their own unique little thing, which is what I really like. Yes, they'll have like similar mechanics and ideas, blah blah blah. But each dungeon's got their own unique thing, and I really like that. No two dungeons are alike. Once he's dead, interact with both orbs. They don't have to be interacted at the exact same time. It's not one of those types of things. It's just giving you two that you have to interact with. Who summons me from the void to reside within this crude vessel? Yeah, crude is right, my dude. Crude is right. Alrighty. And thankfully, this tank and this healer waited for us to get done with our cutscene. Not everyone is that nice. Some people will run in immediately, and it's really annoying. Come on, Carbuncle, tackle attack! After a little bit, I think it's health percentage, an imp will show up, and it makes the boss invulnerable. You have to defeat it in order to continue damaging it. If you don't, you're basically just wasting time. And that is exactly why I put the command 6 somewhere easy to get. Nope. Nope. No, that one. Yeah. Theoretically, yes, I could have used Emerald Carbuncle to help kill all those ads, but by the time I would have had Emerald Carbuncle out, the ads would have been gone because the Lancer seems to be more concerned about attacking the boss when he's invulnerable as opposed to attacking things he's supposed to. There we go. Now let's see if he does LB. I don't think he is. Alright, so that's us again. Yeah! Go us! Alrighty, and the easiest way to tell where those imp are, just follow the little tether as you saw. I'm gonna give it to the tank if he stays long enough for the thing. And you'll see later, once we get rid of this Jedi robe, we do this little cute ear thing with our ears whenever we finish a dungeon sometimes. It's the cutest thing ever. Alright, I already have that, and I don't need a thermaturge weapon, so... Hey, would you look at that? I got 2 commendations! Woo! Get me! I'm so happy. Oh, I'm so happy. Alrighty, we're doing pretty good. Let's see. Yep, that's pretty much what the armor set looks like if you got it. It would be gray instead of green, but that's pretty much what it looks like if you got it from the words, Clive, words. Hall of the Novice. There we go. Hall of the Novice. Alright. Now we're gonna go turn in this lovely mission. And as I kind of spoiled earlier, we're not done with dungeons. I know, it's great. I love this part of the story when I first played it because I was like, oh my god, dungeon. But then I came to realize, like, oh, okay, this is the only time they're doing a 3 back-to-back dungeons. Okay. Which is fine. They give you plenty of time for story and stuff. That is not the tank, I believe. It's same clothes, but you'll see a lot of people wearing the same stuff you do unless you go well out of your way to make some of the most unique outfits, and some people do. Like, that is the main thing they focus on. All kudos to them. I am not really a good fashion person, oddly enough. I know. Welcome back, Clive. I am reliably informed that your foray into the Deepcroft was a success. Nor did I expect anything less. Baderon's ringing endorsement left me in little doubt as to your capabilities. Even so, you are to be commended. Lord Lewin asked me to pass on his thanks. I must say, it's something of a relief to be able to call upon such a capable adventurer. Sadly, death has become an ever more common occurrence within our fraternity of late, times being what they are. The guild is constantly inundated with petitions, and we are hard-pressed to find enough hands to deal with them all. While this means no shortage of work for able souls such as yourself, it also provides ample opportunity for the inexperienced to overreach themselves, with predictable consequences. As if to illustrate the point. Oh, do you remember them? They were outside, Sastasha. Yeah, I remember them. Avera's gone, and it's all your fault. If you hadn't taken an age to heal him, he would still be alive. But I tried. He bolted out of range before I could finish his health. Yes, tanks, be very careful of that. If you go too far ahead, your healer might not be able to catch up to heal you. That's a good point right there. He shouldn't have been so hard pressed in the first place. We should have done more to lighten his burden, but he's the tank. Bah, to hell's with this pathetic excuse for a party. I'm leaving, and it'll be too soon if I never see your faces again. Goodbye and good riddance. I'm leaving as well. I doubt this comes as any surprise, but I never liked you. I only suffered you for your healing, but you couldn't even do that one thing right. Cruel though this may sound, you've brought this upon yourself. Oh, and by way of some parting advice, get rid of a bear's head. Oh my gosh, she's carrying around a bear's head. Ew. Bury it, cremate it, do whatever the hells you like with it, but for God's sake, stop carrying it around. It's just get rid of it, alright? Yeah, I'm sorry, Etta, but that's really weird. Wait, don't leave me alone, please? I'm sorry, Haver. Please forgive me. Oh, I feel sorry for her, but I'm a little bit more creeped out about the fact that she's carrying around his head. Scenes like this have become all too common. That makes a dozen times in half as many days. Now you see why I'm grateful for adventurers of your experience. I can send men like you on a mission without worrying that you might not return. Well, not so much at any rate. Speaking of missions, I would entrust you with another. About a bell ago, I received a message from my counterpart in Ul'dah. She seeks the services of a reliable adventurer, and you are nothing if not reliable. If you think you might be interested in this task, say the word and I will be glad to share the details with you. Alright. But I think that's all I got time for you guys today. When we pick up in the next episode, I'm going to go ahead and head out of the city like I normally do to keep from rest experience. But when we do, I'll go talk to Mother Mune, and we'll go ahead and get all the way over to Ul'dah to do the third dungeon. I know, we are progressing quite fast through these dungeons, aren't we? But don't worry. If you're playing the game, you will be seeing these dungeons a lot. A lot. Yeah, with the amount of times you gotta do dungeons, yeah, you'll see them a lot. But thank you guys for watching, and I'll see y'all next time.